President and CEO of Union Pacific, Mr. Jim Young.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
You know, on my way over here, they're telling me it's going to be hot and humid, and growing up in the Midwest, one of the things I learned a long time ago, it's great for the corn production, right? And you have my commitment here. I know they're predicting record yields out here. You have the commitment of Union Pacific that we'll handle that product. Governor Culver, thank you for being us. You and I have been at several rail-related projects last couple years. Special thanks to Mayor Holm and many, many people that brought this project to fruition. This rail port will be the only rail port that we have in Iowa. You can say, what's the significance here? You have right behind us here, this is one of the, I'm sure they're holding trains for us right now. This is one of the busiest rail corridors in the world. And if you think about what it serves all the West Coast ports. So products that you either produce or consume here can move to China. It serves Mexico. It can move product to and from Canada, and it can move product east. So when you think about the development here, the possibilities really are unlimited. I know we'd mentioned anything associated with alternative energy, but all of your agricultural products related things could be done. Plastics, light manufacturing are all part of this here. Now, this is a partnership for us. My commitment to you is great service, great products that help you be competitive in the markets. To back that up, we have invested in Iowa. If you go back the last 9-10 years, over $1 billion. We build and maintain our own highways. You look at that back there, UP owns that, we maintain it. We've invested over $1 billion in expanding capacity. We've got another major project here with our bridge here in Clinton that we're looking at. Thank you for the support there. It's one of those projects that will be under development, several years, but it's one of the major bottlenecks we now have in terms of service, and I'm looking forward to removing that bottleneck for us long term. So again, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. It's a real honor for me to be here, and let's continue to work together. We have two celebrations. We have breaking ground today, and the first time we move a carload of product out of here that's real jobs. Thank you.
Union Pacific CEO and President Jim Young.
Thank you. Is it afternoon yet? We're still good morning, everybody. Listen, I won't repeat a lot what I said over there, other than I think the opportunities are tremendous. Rail business right now is, I guess you could call it kind of a renaissance in terms of where we were 25 years ago, where the rail industry was going bankrupt. We had pulling up railroads, we're cutting employees, in effect, going broke. And the last 15, 20 years, you've seen a real resurgence. Part of that is the interstate system. There's no question in anybody's mind that when you look at transportation infrastructure in America, we have a problem. We haven't kept up with spending, and rails now are an important part of that equation. I had a chance to serve as the chairman of the Omaha Chamber of Commerce here 2 years ago. It really was a lot of fun, but it gave me a lot of insight in terms of how businesses think about growing and developing a location. And no surprise to anybody, we had businesses calling us from the East Coast, West Coast. What they want to know: tell me about the quality of workforce, tell me about the cost of business, what's your access to good communications, and what's your transportation infrastructure. All four of those come together, and I think what we have going out here with the new Lincoln Way Railport is a great opportunity to really grow and add new jobs. And I made the commitment earlier. We're part of these communities. Where President Lincoln about 150 years ago, 155 years ago, said, "Start the UP Railroad." He said Council Bluffs, Iowa. You know the history. They actually jumped the river and started in Omaha, but it's settled the West. And as I tell a lot of the mayors, we're in over 7,000 communities in 23 states. And as I remind mayors and city councils that we deal with, we've been part of the communities for that long. Our plan is to continue to be part and be good partners. So wish you the best of luck. My commitment here is UP will do everything we can to help you grow and make it a successful facility. And we can all grow together. So thank you for attending today.
And Mike,
Jim, I just wonder what you could comment about the plans for the new bridge that's been under discussion for a long time, and it would certainly be important to this area and the UP.
I'll repeat the question so everybody can hear. It's the plans for the new bridge that we're talking about. Well, it's underway. There's been great cooperation with the state, with the local people in terms of taking it down the road here. You know, my guys told me the other day it's a 5-year project probably before we move the first train. I'd like to accelerate that as much as we could, but it's a project long overdue. That bridge, as you know, is over 100 years old. It's now a primary bottleneck when you think about moving 50, 60 trains east and west. So, you know, it's underway. And I talked to my board of directors here at our last board meeting. He said, Jim, what are your 5, 6, 7 biggest projects you're going to do in the next 4 or 5 years? And that was one of them. It'll be, I think, an easy $400 million project. I'm as anxious as anybody to get it done. Trust me. And I hope I have 5 years left in the job. So we can... Yes, sir.
What about the Lowmore project?
In terms of moving it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that'll be part of it in terms of as we move down the road here. And I've got my superintendent, Carol Birchfield, is right here. Carol, do you have any more to add to that?
Well, I mean, what I can add is that it's pretty loud. I don't know if I
You
can.
can do it. Go ahead.
What I can add is that you know we've done the purchase